by her family for being raped.
She was raped, and yet her family killed her?
Killed her. Actually,
Why?
because she cannot come up with 4 male witnesses to prove rape.
And otherwise she's going to be
and
killed.
She's not a virgin, so nobody will marry her.
They go through this ceremony where they wave a
white flag with
blood on it.
Absolutely.
Is that part of the ceremony now still?
Not in the upper classes, the educated classes, but if even the educated classes, the husband finds her not a virgin, he will send her back, take his dowry back, and the family usually will either kill her. That's the standard.
In your book, you were talking about this dowry as being, possession of the wife's private parts, that he buys that part of her. Is that the way?
Absolutely.
Yes.
The top scholars of Islam say that marriage for a woman is slavery, and the dowry is actually purchasing the woman as a pleasure, as a toy for the man.
Why do women in the United States in colleges embrace this? Do they have any idea what Islam really teaches?
No, our multiculturalism, we have reached a level of acceptance of other cultures, but only criticize our own culture, unfortunately. And so I blame also that there is nothing called Islamic feminism. There is very few Muslim women who are standing up against Sharia simply because it's against the laws of Islam. If a woman criticizes, let's say, Sharia, she's immediately called an apostate, and she must be killed. There are 2 feminists in the Middle East right now. One of them had to leave Egypt. The other one in Bahrain, she's forbidden from speaking to the media or writing. She's forbidden from writing. And that's why there is no Islamic feminism.
What about these long robes? You have something in here that really this was nothing but a return to the nomad life of Saudi Arabia. Is that
absolutely?
That's what.
Absolutely.
Tell us about
Islam.
that.
Bottom line was to protect the Arabian Peninsula culture, supremacy of the male, acquiring expansion, Arab imperialism through a concept called jihad. Jihad is simply to protect the Muslim, the Arabian culture and habits of conquering the other tribe. Now it is not conquering the other tribe; it's conquering the non-Muslim world, and claiming it for Islam, and that is the problem.
George Bush made the statement that I disagreed with totally, that Islam was a religion of peace. Not true, huh?
Well, it's not true, because the concept of peace is rarely mentioned, and it was mentioned in the Quran one time. There is a surah that says that when you are superior, when you have the upper hand, do not weaken and ask for peace, which means that peace is only when you're weak. But when you have the upper hand, you must never weaken and ask for peace. And this might explain why the Arab-Israeli conflict. Jihad is the duty under Islamic Sharia law, not only of the Muslim individual, but also of the Muslim head of state. The Muslim head of state must do war. The definition of jihad in the Sharia is to do war against non-Muslim to promote the religion.
Well, they try to say here in America that it's an inner struggle.
No, I've never heard it. I lived in the Middle East for 30 years, Pat.
Yeah.
Never heard the concept of an inner struggle. 97% when Sharia, when jihad is mentioned in the Quran, it's immediately followed by the word war, kill, behead, do not befriend, subjugate, denigrate.
Are the Arabs or the Muslims, are they taught to deceive, to lie, and to stay low until they gain ascendancy? Is that the game?
Actually, it is part of Sharia law. It's actually a commandment that a Muslim is obliged to lie to non-Muslims if it's for an obligatory commandment. If it's for the purpose of jihad, jihad is an obligatory commandment.
So
for every Muslim. So they actually must lie.
Must lie.
They must lie. It's obligatory to lie if It's to protect an obligatory duty of a Muslim.
What about some of the leaders here of that American Islamic group?
All the groups are asking for Sharia, Pat. They are all presenting it as a religious right when Sharia is not a religious right. It's a totalitarian legal system and a political system that can put you to death if you leave it. That is what Sharia is.
Are we going to adopt that in this country? Britain has already accepted parts of Sharia.
Actually, I was just in Britain. I spoke in Oxford. It was a debate. And the motion was, is Islam compatible with democracy? And guess what? Right. The motion was defeated because the young people in Great Britain are blindly following the propaganda of those Muslim leaders who are lying to them.
And they think that Islam is compatible with democracy in Oxford? That's what
and you know that the Muslim head of state can come to power through seizure of power. The Islamic Sharia law allows the Muslim head of state to come through a coup d'etat, through an assassination. It's allowed, not through elections. And they still believe it is compatible with democracy, Pat.
Is there a fatwa against you? Are they trying to kill you?
I'm sure there is a fatwa against anybody. It's not only that I'm afraid. We all should be afraid. Because Sharia law is the total opposite to our Western value, to our democracy, to our election system, to our value system, our honesty, our Judeo-Christian culture. And we must understand what we are bringing in. Sharia, Pat, is not a religious right. It's a totalitarian legal system and a political system that will destroy freedom.
Nonie, tremendous. Ladies and gentlemen, you ought to read this. It's shocking. It's shocking what is going on and the fact that we're so blind to it. They're just taking from within, and we accept it on this multiculturalism. We're not supposed to criticize somebody's, quote, religion. But Islam isn't a religion. It's a political system. And this Sharia is a political method of enforcing the will of the rulers. Well, Nonie Darwish is here with us. She's written a book, Cruel and Usual Punishment. You'll find it fascinating, and it's available where books are sold. Nonie, God bless you.
Thank you. God bless you, Pat. It's a pleasure to be with you.
Thank you.